I see that some of you are mistakenly thinking that the reason why United States banned Nigeria from going to their country or maybe impose some visa restrictions was as a result of President Tinubu's visit to the BRICS conference. That is a completely misconstrued narrative. The truth of the matter is, in this regard, I will actually want to be very, maybe I want to comment strongly the stand on Nigerian government on this. Because for the past 4 months, the United States has been demanding Nigeria to accept hardened criminals that are imprisoned Venezuelans to be repatriated back to Nigeria from the US. And when they are repatriated, it's not that they are going to be imprisoned in Nigeria, that Nigeria should give them citizenship, and that they will continue to move freely, even though most of them are drug dealers, hardened international criminals. You know, the US is decongesting its prison, and due to their immigration policies, they are trying to push out all the criminals and, according to them, illegal aliens out of their country. So the Venezuelan government said they are not going to receive Venezuelans in their country. Countries like El Salvador, Najib Bukele decided to receive some of the hardened criminals, right? But then they come to Nigeria and insisted that we too will have to accept criminals in our country. That if you don't do that, they will do two things. Number one, they will impose visa restriction on Nigeria. Number two, they will declare Nigeria as a country of interest within the terrorist list. And that is why you see 3 critical events took effect very, I think, in succession. Number one, there was a bishop that was invited from Benue to go to State Departments and condemn the act of terrorists. Instead, even though we know that the atrocities committed in Benue, it has to do mostly with the local political actors than real insecurity we think about. But then they decided to do that as a justification. Number two, they also decided to invite some African countries, especially with countries within West African belt, without inviting Nigeria. And you know that no matter how damaged Nigeria is still the most relevant, most stable, most successful West African country. If they don't invite us on the table, it's just obvious bias. Number three, now this visa restriction. So the next thing that is coming is that they will use this justification of that bishop that was invited to go and explain to State Department and some members of Congress about the atrocities being committed against the Christians, even though we know that so many Muslims die more on the atrocities in Nigeria than even Christians. But they are trying to make it like, I know, a religious trouble just to stir conflict and instigate some problems in Nigeria. And that is the basic reason why they now impose this restriction. Now the next thing is to list Nigeria as part of countries of interest in the terror index. That's what they are trying to do. And this is really very, very bad. How do you expect Nigerian government to allow hardened criminals to come into Nigeria? How do you expect us to become a haven for international criminal syndicate to come and live among us as normal citizens? This is wrong. And I really am very proud of Nigerian government for standing firm and refusing to capitulate to the interests of the United States in this regard. Thank you.